Greetings, toy collectors. It is Mark here at Mark's Toy Box. I am going to review another toy today that I just learned about on Friday. Friday morning, I saw on Instagram somebody was sharing that, hey, there's this new Mr. Beast action figure out there, available on Amazon, $29.97, something like that, 30 bucks basically. And I was like, well, that's interesting. I've seen his stuff before. I think a lot of his previous stuff from the Mr. Beast Lab line was more geared towards children and play, which is great for us adults who still collect and aren't necessarily looking for the ooze and the play factor of some of the things that he put out. I wasn't the most thrilled. His action figures didn't have the best looking articulation, so I passed. This one, however, it looks like they have collaborated with Four Horsemen Studios, which, if you don't know, Four Horsemen Studio makes some of the finest action figures out there. I actually don't even own any of them. Whenever I see them, they're far more expensive than I want to pay. But they're phenomenal work. Mythic Legions being the main line that you probably would have come across. And so, obviously, he wants to get into Mr. Beast wants to get into a space where some real collectors are appreciating the work they put in. According to the posting, 34 points of articulation. So I will point this out here right now. I'm going to give you my very initial thought. When I ordered this, a lot of the silver on this body, in the legs, the arms, that was the photos in the post that I purchased from had that as more of a deep metallic blue, and this clear translucent blue piece and the claws that are translucent blue, those were a translucent pink, much like you'll see on like his sort of coming out of the side of his eye beam. So I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm saying if the colors are really that important to you, please note that apparently you can order something based on one color scheme that is in the post and get something entirely different. I still think this looks great, so I'm not really concerned about that, but I did think that the deep metallic blue looked pretty cool too. So let's get started. A few things on the packaging, kind of cool. There's like these slash marks that come up out of the plastic on here, like he's trying to get out. So that's kind of fun. There's a QR code. It just takes you to the Moose Toys, I guess, landing page for all of the Mr. Beast Lab stuff. So, back of the box, we got a little bit more look of what he looks like. And on the bottom, it shows that there's these tubes that can go into both the backpack that then go into the bottoms of the arms. There's these little claw things that can either go into the arms or into the backpack. You can swap out heads. You can swap out hands. So there's a lot of good play feature for a action figure on this. So let's open him up, see how we like him. The box looks a lot to me like some of the McFarlane DC stuff with the black border, clear side. So here we go. Take that off. That sort of come off with it. All right. So we've got the main figure. We've got an additional head. We've got punching fists. We've got these, I don't know, lightning-esque things. Backpack, and then two tube things. These are a nice rubberized thing, I can feel already. And he's got a tail. So let's take him out of here. Okay. All right, let's take a look at all the joints here. The head, ooh, that. I had wondered if you could like put him in like sort of a panther running pose, and they definitely have done that. That is excellent work on the head. Got sort of on a ball joint in there that has some articulation itself. So that's excellent right off the bat. Kind of loose a little bit there. Shoulders got a nice ratcheting ball. Tight, but they can go up. There's a little protrusion there that keeps you from going any higher than that, it seems. But up and down to about there. Elbow, oh, here there is a bicep cut too. So you can swivel that pretty well. Elbows appear to be double jointed and they have a good solid ratchet to it. That being said, it looks like the plastic itself really doesn't allow you to move it much more than that. Trying to tell on this sort of armband if that's a sticker or paint. I don't want to put my finger under it in case. If it's paint, that's an excellent application. Right there in the chest, same thing. I think they're stickers. I think they're stickers. Don't hold me to that. But I will say the paint application is pretty nice. I mean, all that, it's a blue base, obviously, with a little bit of pink in there. There's some green veins going on in the center of the chest. Hips are on ball joints, it appears. Got a nice articulation in that. The knees also double jointed. That's about as far as they go back. There's this other joint down here. Not a lot of play in that, which is probably good. You want them to be able to stand upright. That was one of my fears, is how much wiggle room is going to be in that to have him standing or not. Let's see how well he does stand. Seems to stand pretty easily. Lay him down for a second. Oh, apparently you've got to put the tail in. That's pretty easy. There's a tail hole. There's even articulation on the tail. That's a ball joint right there. That went in easy peasy. Oh, maybe not. There we go. I heard it snap. It snapped. The head is kind of loose. I'll say that. That is kind of loose. So this backpack, and again, the one I looked at online, like that blue was pink. I'm not sure if I'm putting it on the right way or not. Wonder if I can put it on the other way. Well, it seems like it's on pretty well, so I guess I put it on the right way. You've got these tubes that plug right into the backpack itself, and then can plug into the side of his arms. So it's powering up something. Tubes are nice and rubbery. There's a good amount of flexibility to those. I like that. That's quite nice. It's going to move with the critter itself. Get in there. Gets right there in this hole in the side of the elbow joint, basically. And then we got these. Dropped them. There's two of these. And it looks like you can either put them in here in the backpack. There's a couple slots. You just sort of put them in there. So they sort of come up over his head. If you've got him in that pose, you got some lightning attacks right off the bat. But also it looks like from the box you can put them in those arm slots right there. I mean, his claws are already pretty ferocious. These probably look better if you've got those punching fists on it. These do come out pretty easily. So that's nice. Let's see how easy it is to swap out a hand. That came out almost too easy. Punching fist doesn't have claws on it, so I wonder if... Yeah, that's pretty nice. So you can pick either or. I think for the time, I'm going to put him here. And I'm going to stick with the clawed open fists, open hands. All right, let's get him to stand again. I worried about the size of these joints down here near the feet if it was going to stand well, but it is standing pretty well. The feet themselves are pretty good sized. And again, if he's working with 4 horsemen, those people know what they're doing. Let's just do a little comparison, shall we? So he's supposed to be 6.5 inches tall. I didn't bring my ruler. I don't know. Marvel Legends Colossus, quite a bit taller than him. NECA Bert looks to be about the same size. And a Funko Pop of Slimer is substantially shorter than this epic beast. And since he's, you know, the Mr. Beast Panther, he just tried to fall over on me, I thought it would be appropriate to see what he looks like with another Panther, Panther from Skeletor, Masters of the Universe. If I want to have him riding, I'm going to have to take off his tail. Again, that came off pretty reasonably. If you have a Panther, the Mr. Beast Panther rides it pretty amazingly. It's kind of creepy, having a panther riding a panther. But hey, when in Rome or something like that. So, final thoughts. It's a fun figure. The head seems to be a little loose at times, loosey-goosey. No doubt about that. The joints itself, there's some good articulation. The molding itself probably keeps the elbows and knees from bending to any sort of extremes, but there are double joints everywhere. I don't see any pins. Color scheme, if you're ordering it online, I don't know what you're gonna get, because this is not the color scheme necessarily I want. I not necessarily want it. It's not the one I ordered. Again, all of the silver on this bad boy was like a deep metallic blue in the photo I saw, and these and the claws were all this same pink. So there's differences apparently, and maybe he's making chase versions and I got a chase version and I should be happy. I am happy. I'm not unhappy with it, but if you're dead set on a certain color scheme, you better make sure that maybe you can see it in person. You might, if you order it online, you might get something different. Maybe when these show up in stores, there will be different colors. I don't know. Either way, Bert is a fan. He says you should go get it. You right there. You should look into this. $30 on Amazon right now, just released. So I hope you consider it. Mr. Beast, I appreciate the game, going out there talking to 4 Horsemen Studios. You obviously wanted to be a real player in this. And finally, as you can see, I'm wearing X-Men 97. Week 1 of Season 2 has dropped, and I don't want to give you any spoilers, but you really gotta go watch them, because my boy Apocalypse is going to be amazing this season. The whole season is going to be amazing. God save the X-Men. Thank you, Mr. Beast. I'm Mark here at Mark's Toy Box. Until next time, we'll see you later. Take care.